the halachos on passion fruit?
Passion fruit is a very unique type of fruit, and I'll explain why it's so unique. In one hand, passion fruit grows, it's like a bush, it's not like a tree that has like a thick stem to it. But nevertheless, it's not a regular type of vegetable because it continues for quite a few years. Passion fruit has a major problem and a big debate in the Poskim regarding arla. We know that arla is at the first 3 years of fruit, first 3 years of fruit that grows on a tree, you're not supposed to eat it. Not just you're not supposed to eat it, you can't even have hana from it. In fact, Alter Rebbe writes in Tanya Perek Lamed Zayin that arla is gimel klippes hatmeis, meaning there's really nothing you could do about it but bury it and destroy it. That's the first 3 years. The fourth year is called neterevai. The fifth year, you could eat it. What's special about arla is not just the fact that it's gimel klippes hatmeis, it's the fact that arla is a mitzvah hatluya ba'aretz. It's a mitzvah that has to do with Eretz Yisrael. It's brought down in Torah, ki soveyu la'aretz, unetatem kol eitz machol, that when you come into Eretz Yisrael and you plant the trees, the first 3 years, you can't have hana from them. That is in Eretz Yisrael. However, arla is so unique that arla halacha l'moishim isina, we keep arla also in chutz la'aretz. We keep arla around the world and not just in Eretz Yisrael. Some fruit are not very, very complicated to keep arla because naturally, the way that they grow, the first 3 years, you don't really have that amount of fruit, and therefore it's not such a big common problem that you have, especially when it comes in Eretz Yisrael. You have these special kashrus organizations that know how to check which fruit is arla and which fruit isn't arla. Why is passion fruit an issue? Passion fruit, the first year gives already fruit. We know that for a fact, that the first year gives fruit, and that therefore we know that there is a Radbaz, the Radbaz, Rabbeinu David ben Zimra, he brings down that passion fruit is a yerek, it's a vegetable, the bracha is bayra pri adamo, and it doesn't have a problem of arla. However, many other poskim say, no, the fact that it's not a one seasonal plant or one seasonal fruit, it's something that continues for many, many years. We know that something that continues for many, many years becomes like a tree. And it becomes like a tree, it becomes a bayre pri ha'etz. And here comes the big dilemma, because even though it's not just a 1 year type of tree, it goes for many years, most passion fruits only grow for about 4 or 5 years. Meaning, if you say that it does have an issue of arla, the first 3 years you can't use it, it's arla, gimel klippes hatmeis, osur ba'ana, but then you could only enjoy it for 1 or 2 years later, because as we said, it only goes for about 4 or 5 years, and it also means that it's such a high percentage of having arla, it's probably just about impossible to eat passion fruit because of the problem of arla. This is the dilemma, this is the question. According to the Radbaz, as we said, it's not a problem, it's bayre pri ha'adamo, it's a vegetable, it's not an issue. However, according to the other shittas, it could become a very big issue. So what are the solutions? What are the answers? Solution number 1. If the passion fruit was planted not for the sake of fruits, it was usually they plant the tree as part of a fence, they let it grow like as part of the fence. If it was planted just for beauty, such a thing doesn't have a problem with arla. We know that if somebody has on an avenue, you plant olive trees or you plant date trees just for beauty, then there's no problem with arla. However, if you did plant it for beauty and for the hana, the pleasure of fruit, then you have that problem, and that takes us back to the passion fruit. If you did it just for a fence, it's not a problem. You could have hana from the fruit, and if not, it could be a big problem. However, the Sfardi Rabbonim, Rav Mordechai Yol, Zechet Tzadik Yivrocha, Vadi Yosef, they hold of the Radbaz that it's a bayre pri adomo, not a problem at all. In fact, the Tzitz Eliezer, Rabbi Voldenberg, which was a big Rav in Yerushalayim, and he wrote the sefer called the Tzitz Eliezer, he also passes like the Radbaz, the passion fruit is bayre pri ha'adomo, and no problems with arla. However, the big, famous, well-known Hechsherim in Eretz Yisrael, which are the Badatz, Yerushalayim, Eido Charedis, and Rabbi Lando, they are more machmir about the idea of passion fruit, and they paskin that you should not be eating passion fruit because the problem of arla. So bottom line, Sfardim are mekel, are lenient about it, just like the Radbaz, and so the Tzitz Eliezer. However, the more machmir hechsherim, like Rabbi Lando and Badatz Eido Charedis, they hold that passion fruit does have an issue and a problem of arla.